Hi guys, how's it going? In today's video, I'm going to install high performance brakes on this 2013 Ford Focus ST. So this high performance brake is from Maxbricks. This is the model Elite XDS. So guys, let's get started. So here we have the brake kits from Maxbricks. So this is the front rotor. So the black finish on this rotor is a rust protection. So this is the Elite series, Elite XDS series from Maxbricks. So it comes with a black rust protected rotor with a cross drilled and slotted. And for the rear, it's also the same thing. So it's also finished in black with the cross drilled and slotted on the rotor. And the kit for the brake pads. So you got the rear brake pads here. So this is a high performance carbon ceramic, and also comes with this rear brake hardware. And for the front, this is also carbon ceramic high performance brake pads, and comes with the hardware also for the front calipers. I'll put down the link on this kit if you want to install this on your Ford Focus ST. So this is the front brake of the Ford Focus. So I was thinking, before I install the rotor, I want to paint the caliper first to make it look a lot better. So first we're gonna clean the brake caliper with some brake cleaner. Then you're gonna use a steel brush to clean up the loose particle rust on the caliper. So this should be clean before we start painting it. So just so this is the paint that I'm gonna use, the BHT caliper paint. So this is a high heat paint designed to be painted on brake calipers. Before I start putting the masking on, I want to take out this brake clip here, because I want the paint to go between the cracks on this caliper. So now that the caliper is dry, you can start masking it. So we're gonna wait a few minutes, then we're gonna give it a second coat. So after a few minutes, when it's dry to touch, now you can start spraying over the first coat. So this time I'm gonna make the coat a bit thicker. Make sure you got every nook and cranny to have a nice finish. You don't need to concentrate too much on the back, because that's not gonna be seen when you put the wheels on. I think that's enough. We're gonna wait for it to dry, then we can continue installing the rotor. So now it's time to install the rotor. So we have to take out the caliper so we can replace also the brake pads and the rotor. So to release the rotor from the knuckle, we have to take out this plastic cover here, so we can access the hex screw inside. So you're gonna need a number 7 hex. There's another one here in the bottom. So you have to take out the screw completely out. It's very slippery. You need to clean it. I'm gonna clean it before you put it back. We're gonna put some fresh grease on this before you put it back. Okay. You're gonna need a bungee cord to hold the caliper in the air while we remove the rotor. That's it. Take out the brake pads. So I'm going to use an 18mm socket and a breaker bar to remove these two bolts that's holding the caliper carrier. So before we put on the new rotor, I'm gonna put some copper anti-seize. So according to Maxbricks, this is the rotor how it's supposed to be installed. So as you can see, the way of the pattern. This was supposed to be for the driver's side. So before we install the caliper carrier, first we're gonna clean this groove here. Make sure it's make sure that the brake pad is gonna freely move. Then after that, we're gonna put some grease on it. So to put on the new brake pads, we need to compress the piston all the way back. So before we put back the piston, we're gonna put some grease on the ears of this brake pad before we put it back in place. So we're also gonna put some grease on the back side here, so the brake will not squeak. We have to put back the two caps. One on the top, one on the bottom. So now the front brake is done. So the process is the same for the other side. So now it's time to move on to the rear brake. So the process for changing the brake is the same like the front ones. So we have to remove the sway bar link. So you can move the sway bar out of the way when you try to put the hex key here to remove the sliding pin. So I'm going to use the 7mm Allen. So I'm gonna put some copper anti-seize for the next brake change. You're not gonna have a hard time taking out the rotor. So before you put back the caliper carrier, you have to clean it with a steel brush. Then we're gonna put some grease between the channel here where the brake pad will sit. Put the 2 bolts again. So it comes with a parking brake. So to compress the piston, you're gonna need a special tool to compress that. So once you compress the piston all the way down, now it's time to install the brake pads. But first we have to put grease on the ears of the brake pads, and also the contact point where the piston will contact the backside of the brake pad so it doesn't squeal. So the one with the spring, we're gonna put it on the inner side. Let it rest here. So you put grease on the backside again so it doesn't squeal, and also on the ears of the second brake pad, and then you just rest it like this. So now you can put the caliper back. So now you can just slide the caliper back. So for the sliding pin, you have to clean it, and we're gonna put new grease on it. So then again, the process is the same for the other side of the brake. And now that it's done, all you have to do now is install back the sway bar link, and the job is done. So after, when you do the braking period for the brakes, this is what the brake rotor looks like. So the black section, so the black part is going to be removed where the contact of the brake pads will meet. So that's why you have this shiny part. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. So if you do, please give this video a like, and also don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.